Hello everyone and welcome. I am whoever.
Welcome to Overland Affinity. I am Jordan Sullivan, also known as Knight, and this is Josh Batstone, also known as Smokey. We just tried scouting a little bit. And we made it up to a full 10 kilometers an hour, which was pretty impressive for what we usually do. And yeah, I mean, enjoy. Yep, there you go. All right, welcome to Overland Affinity. We are currently expeditioning, scouting actually. We're on a scouting mission to try and connect two trails that we have been on separately, but we're trying to see if they can connect so we can use one long straight go. And yeah, so that's geez.
Welcome to our first ever video vlog.
Video, yeah, well, a vlog is a video blog, so vlog.
Alright, so welcome to our first ever vlog.
Yay! We're Taylor Swift now. Alright.
So why don't you tell the con viewers what we're doing, where we're going.
Okay, so specifically or generally?
Better.
All right, well, if you're familiar with the Newfoundland Labrador, well, Newfoundland, I should just say, area in Avalon.
Yeah. Nice little watercress now to go.
Oof. Oof.
Anyways, back to your regular scheduled program.
All right, had to do a little detour there for a second. So, if you are familiar with the Avalon Peninsula, around the St. John's area, then you will probably know this little place called the Ghouls. And from the Ghouls, you drive down, and it eventually links up with Bay Bowls, and then Bay Bowls cuts across into Witless Bay. And then if you take the new Witless Bay line, about, I'd say, 1/8 of the way down, if that,
we'll
couple kilometers in from the Witless Bay side, like the Bay Bowls side, you hit this trail off to the right. And we're trying to, currently we're leaving from the Ghouls up by the pump station in St. John's, and we're trying to link that up. Because we've done the Cochrane Pond, if you know the trail, the Cochrane Pond Loop, we've done that many times. It's usually our training trail. One of the training trails we have for Overland Affinity. But, we have this other spot we call the Dam, which is not patented at all. It's just a beautiful spot.
It's one of our favorite camping spots.
It's gorgeous. Found it on a fluke. And we're trying to see if we can leave from the Ghouls and go all the way down to Witless Bay, basically.
Rumor has it there's a trail that connects them up. So today we're trying to find it. Little solo expedition into Bandit.
Yeah. It is approximately 10:58. So it's about 11 o'clock on a Tuesday. I'm gonna face it out a bit so we can get some of this. Oh, I forgot that it did that. All right. By the way, this is our first vlog, so if it's a little, you know, shaky or whatnot.
It's our first vlog with our new camera.
Exactly. Brand new camera. New filming. Oh, new filming advantages. All right, let's see what we got here. Yep. Woo-hoo.
It's our first time being on a trail too since the winter, so we don't know what to expect.
Yep. And knock on something, but we got brand new CV axles in this thing.
Brand new CVs and ball joints for now.
Yep, for now. For now.
We'll see what the day takes us.
Apologize for the shakiness, but that's like, you know, all we can really do because we don't have a chicken to strap the camera to yet.
Bit of an inside look there, the chicken.
Yeah, because you know chickens, their head is like a gyro.
It's not as bad as I feared, actually.
This?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty.
Surprised to see a bit of snow down some, actually.
Is this still Cocker Pond Loop? Yeah, I figured. All right. A little sneak peek at where we are, our maps. Lots of beautiful scenery here. Get a better grip on this thing. I remember this hole actually. It was a lot deeper before.
Yeah, there was a fawn or something in it last time, wasn't there?
Not sure.
We took the beast through.
Is that where he got stuck?
Yeah.
Shit. If you've seen any of our previous videos, you probably won't recognize this trail because of how much snow there was, but this is the trail that we take fairly often just to test our equipment, test our capabilities.
It's a good mix of driving between more technical stuff like this and some more faster
you get a nice mix between dips, gravel, some rocks, some mud, some deep puddles, sometimes a water crossing depending on the time of the year. Right now the snow's melting, so it's fairly watery, but that's all you can do. It's actually kind of nice.
It's not too rough, but it's enough to make it enjoyable.
Ooh.
After spending all day yesterday working on the Bandit, we decided it was a good idea to take her out and do a bit of exploring. All new ball joints in her CVs.
This is where I got completely drenched by that Dodge in the green truck. I was parked off to the side so he could pass me, and I had my sunroof open. Now, let me tell this story. Yeah, I had my sunroof open. It was me and some of the other guys before Overland Affinity existed. And I had all my windows down, sunroof and everything, and then next thing you know, this Dodge I kindly wanted to go past, ended up gunning it right at the beginning of the puddle, and all I saw was a wall of water. And it's the one time I wish I didn't have powered windows, because they didn't go up fast enough. I legitimately had like puddles everywhere. Like, oh, my seat was soaked, and because it was leather, it sat on the top of the seat, so it was just a puddle I was sitting in. It was actually, it was terrible. It was terrible.
That's brutal.
I was absolutely soaked. That's why it was. And we're back. All right, welcome back. So we're here again, Overland Affinity. I guess this is just gonna tie in. You just cut this part out. Fuck it. Anyway, so we just ended up going off to a side trail for a second. That was. It turned out to be a mistake. We didn't go all the way through.
There's some big rocks and
reshaped the cross member, but
we got to use the skid plates.
Yeah, got to use those.
Something the off-roader ever wants to hear.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't want to feel it either.
Nope.
But it happens. Well, we're here now. We realized that we took the long way. We didn't mean to, but whatever. We got time. We're still trying to connect. This is something that we never really explained before, is what Overland Affinity really stands for. Now, Overland, you should know what overlanding means if you are watching this video. But if you do not know, overlanding is basically long-haul expedition travel. Vehicle-based. Vehicle-based, camping for long periods of time.
It's just vehicle-based camping.
Vehicle-based camping, trying to be self-sustained, basically.
It's where the trip. It's not about a destination. It's about the journey.
Exactly.
It's the best way to describe it.
And an affinity is like a passion for something. So we decided, you know, we're passionate about overlanding, so Overland Affinity kind of fit. We tried tons of different names. Don't recall any of them, but they were not nearly as legible.
And some of them, of course, were taken.
Yeah, and some were taken.
Cool ones.
Yeah, some of the really neat ones. But basically, our objective as Overland Affinity is budget overlanding, but doing it with reliability. So it's like I don't like the term redneck. We don't really redneck things, but we do improvise sometimes.
Our goal is to make an overlanding group that's accessible to everyone, not
Exactly.
people with all sorts of money to dump on all the brand name gear. Our goal is to prove to people that anyone can do this. You know, you throw a tent in the back of your truck and you're overlanding. You don't
Pretty
need
much.
to have the rooftop tent. You don't need to have this whole power system. Because of course we do.
Was that it?
Over time.
No.
Of course, over time we do end up acquiring these things, but we do so in a budget-friendly manner as well.
Yeah, because I find that a lot of the people that I speak to about joining an overland group is every time they see an overland vehicle, it's always outfitted like beyond imagination. Like it has everything you need. And then people get intimidated by that. They think, well, if I want to do this, then I have to spend like 10 grand.
I think the first thing you have to do is go buy a brand new 4Runner off-road.
No.
Brand new TRD 4Runner. But that's not the case at all.
That's not the case. All you need is passion, a want for camping and adventure,
and a reliable vehicle.
And a reliable vehicle. And that's why we pretty much swear by Toyotas, because they're strong, they're not fast, but they don't need to be. They're not fast, but they'll climb anything.
Alright, we gotta turn around. We missed the trail.
All right, that's okay. Little technical difficulty. But yeah, so I mean, I know I dragged out the explanation a fair amount, but the basis is we do it because we love it. We love to explore. We love to go in places that some people will go their entire lives without even discovering, without even knowing exist. Going places that other people can't even get to. But also being comfortable. That is a big part of it. Because a lot of the time, when people go camping, they think, okay, we need the basics for survival. And with Overland Affinity, we don't like to just survive. We like to thrive. We like to you know, live on the high side, but without spending 10 grand. So in the next few months, in the next year, our objective is to get a website started, start showing people how we set up our equipment, the cost, kind of where to get things, kind of just to help people out who maybe just bought like a stock vehicle that they want to start overlanding in, and they want
to kind of lead them to the choices that we think we should make. Whether or not they're the right choices to make is up to the individual, but these are the things that we've done and why we made these decisions.
Exactly. So reasoning behind our decisions and our choices, and you know, options. We might even end up doing things that we don't have on our vehicles, just little reviews, just so you can get an idea for different options. Let's say for his dual battery setup, as you probably know he has in Bandit. There's a couple ways you could go about doing that, but for our purpose, we decided to go the route that we went.
We'll get more into depth later on the vehicles
exactly.
and what we've done to them.
Exactly.
Right, like we're gonna start a new series coming up for Jordan's rig, the Dragon, and as well, when this thing is finished built, there's a couple things on the way for it now. So when this thing is finished, we're gonna do a little walkthrough and show you what we've done and why we did them.
Exactly. So after all the editing's done, this video is going to be a lot shorter, but I still hope you enjoyed it. Welcome, guys. Welcome back. We wanted to point something out. So this trail that we're exploring today, it seems to be pretty diverse because we've had some snow, we've had some rock, we've had some water, and now it seems to be rock and stumps and
I'm not really sure what we're driving on anymore.
Plant matter. It's very strange how much this trail seems to change. There's a lot of different types of obstacles. Very fascinating.
One of the nice things about overlanding in Newfoundland is you never know what to expect on a trail. You can start out with what's a perfect dirt road graded every day, and you end up with something like this. It's one of the great things about it.
Pretty much. And you got a nice lovely field right there too.
And we have no idea what to expect next.
Nope. Not a sweet clue. All we know is we are going that way. Somewhere that way. Yeah, we're not even.
We're going to that point up on top. That's the objective. Here's one for you. Right or straight?
I see an open field.
I don't feel with that.
Me neither.
It's gonna scare me. I see some big fucking obstacles too. Holy shit. Big obstacles.
Beautiful view though.
Okay. Those skis.
Yep. All right. Sorry, guys.
I need a spotter for this part, unfortunately.
All right. So we ended up getting to a point where we had to turn around. We made about 9 kilometers from the Cochrane Pond Loop. So we didn't do too bad, considering it was all very rugged terrain. But we ended up coming to a massive bog hole, and we scouted it out on foot. Found a path that we can take for next time, but we don't want to risk it because, I mean, overlanding 101, don't put your vehicle in imminent danger. And if you think you're gonna get stuck, or if you think you might get stuck, just make sure you're with someone else. Make sure you have more than one vehicle, just in case.
Never take risks by yourself.
Never take risks by yourself. Never. If you're driving by yourself and overlanding by yourself, you should make sure that all you're doing is scouting missions or basic camping. You shouldn't do anything too. That is also why another main rule of overlanding is know your vehicle. Know what it's capable of, know what it can and cannot handle, know its limits.
And know how to fix it when things go
Exactly,
wrong.
know how to fix it. I mean,
we do all of our own maintenance on our vehicles, so if something does go wrong, we know where to find it, and we know how to fix it.
Exactly. Like right now we have a surplus of tools on us right now. I'm not gonna name them all because then we'll probably end up using them all today for some stupid reason, because that's the way that Murphy's Law works. But we got a lot of cool shit. And we have put a fair amount of money into these rigs and in our setups, but
put a fair amount of money into our rigs, not in upgrades, but in just making sure that
it's reliable.
Making sure they'll be safe to take on the trails.
Half my cost for my project truck has been tools, just because I want to know that I have them for next time. For things that, like a CV axle, for instance. Yeah. When you're overlanding, chances are you're gonna bust a CV axle. Now we got the socket for specifically for our CVs, which is a 35 millimeter. It'll vary, but I'm just saying it's hard to find one of those in a socket set. So you usually have to buy a specific axle nut socket. And we have one of those. We have some cotter pins and some other stuff, just in case.
And all your basic hand tools.
Exactly.
You can fix almost anything with a basic socket set and screwdrivers,
if you know how to use them properly. A lot of the time, overlanding isn't about having the coolest equipment or having the top of the line stuff. It's about knowledge. It's about knowing what to do, what not to do, how to use and how not to use.
We tend to call it bush mechanics.
Bush mechanics, exactly.
Using a tool for another tool's purpose.
Yeah.
Like
you can find.
Before we did the CVs yesterday, my CVs were held together with a bit of baling wire, just to keep them in place.
Yeah, and he had baling wire for other reasons. And sometimes you just have equipment that works for other things. Like zip ties, those are handy.
Oh, you fix anything with zip ties. I trust ball joints with zip ties.
Temporary fix. But so we ended up, like I said, we ended up coming to a stopping point, but we mapped out everything we could map. Next time we'll come on the same trail with more vehicles, more crew,
perhaps a winch,
and perhaps a winch. But it's been a good day. It's been approximately, what time is it?
2 hours now since we hit the trail. It's coming on 1 o'clock now.
It's only about 1 o'clock. Okay, well then yeah, it's been about 2 hours, which is not too bad, not too shabby.
Holes, right?
Exactly. Oh shit, I started recording already.
Yeah, just turn it off. I'm not ready.